I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Is everybody here?
I'm not clear.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, hello. Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Hi.
Hello, Lucio. I am from Manipur.
Yes. Hello.
Yes. So firstly, we already assembled the cable, and now we already connect RxTX, SVP, IMU, and power in the processor. Can you check my laptop?
Have you got TeamViewer details?
Yeah. I have a team viewer detail.
Okay. What are they? Just let me write them down here, because if we lose connection, then I don't have to
I
ask you
will-
too much.
I will send in the chat.
In the chat?
Yeah.
Put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
อาจารย์สาธิตสวัสดีครับ
I need the what you call the oh you did, yes, okay.
Okay.
โอเคเข้าแล้ว
Right.
โอเค now we power on the processor.
Just a minute, don't do anything. Just,
Okay.
Yeah. This is a T20 ASV.
Yeah, T20 ASV.
Okay, I've got a feedback coming through.
So now the sensor is not under the water, it's in the air.
Okay.
Okay. The last time we not update the firmware yet. Please you recheck again.
Let me just see. Okay, did we send you updated firmware?
It's only in the flash drive.
Because you're running the latest here. What navigation system do you have with us?
Navigation เราจะทำอะไรเกี่ยวกับ survey map อะไร
ใช่
survey map underwater.
It will be underwater. So this. Yeah, but but this is an ASV. So this is a small. I mean, this is not designed to go underwater. The processor is above water.
Yeah, the processor is up in the water.
Okay, so you must have a navigation system. You have a planning system.
We're not sure. Can you suggest?
Just a minute. Here, Paul, could you do me a favor? Could you share your screen with me? Teams.
Share screen.
Because it's on your computer that I was, wasn't it? Because I have a lot of feedback through the team viewer. It's kind of delayed, it's slow.
Are you see now?
Yes. Now I'm going to ask you for control.
Keep control. Okay.
Did you give control?
Yeah, already give the control.
I don't seem to have control. No. I'll try this again.
Okay.
I'll ask for control again. I'll ask again. So you need to accept it when I ask for control. There should be a pop-up that says to you, someone, I've asked for control.
Yeah, it not show now.
It hasn't shown? Okay. Request control.
Okay, already give control.
Okay, so you gave control.
Yeah. It can now or no?
No. No.
เขาบังคับไม่ได้ผมให้อนุญาตเขาแล้ว
No. I'm trying TeamViewer again.
Okay.
Just with both lines open on TeamViewer, it was just, and then I have an echo. and it was slow.
Okay, new password in the chat.
Oh, new password.
Are you see the skin?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think the echo is at least gone. Okay, so what I need to know is, did you buy a system? No, the echo's not gone, it's back.
translate ที่เคยใช้ที่มันแปลได้ตลอดเลยมันอยู่ไหน
Do you want to see the CBAT updater in the USB?
You don't. I don't need to run the updater because this is the latest firmware that you're running here. The
okay.
latest, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know, now if you were running an Intrepid, then I would say maybe there is another version, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to have a. You see here, you've got no PPs, no velocity, no time. Okay, so maybe you don't have, it's not in the water, so the sound velocity is okay, but you don't have a navigation system connected. So you don't have a GPS connected and you don't have an IMU connected, correct?
IMU already connect, but it in not have the open area. It work or no?
Well, what's missing here is the IMU and the navigation system.
Yes, the IMU already connect in the processor.
Okay, and what type of IMU is it?
What try?
Is it a Planix?
IMU part 20 เทได้
IMU 20.
Yeah, plus 20.
So it's probably an Planix system. So it'll be AP plus. Is the USB connected to your PC?
The LAN cable is already connect to the PC.
No. The USB stick that came with the system.
Not yet.
Okay, can you plug it into your laptop?
Okay.
นี่ว่า
อันนี้ไม่ชัวร์ว่าอันไหนเปิดกล้องกัน
That's the little black tube, correct? That comes with the system.
Sorry, I will open the camera. Are you seeing this USB? Oh no.
No, that's a PDS one. Yeah, put that one in. Did you get it? No, no. Did you get another one that's looks like? Hang on a minute. Did you get one that looks like that?
This.
Correct. Put that
Okay.
one in.
Okay. Put in the computer.
In your PC.
Okay, audio connect.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I minimize that one. Come on. Can you just minimize that Windows? Yeah, okay, fine. So, product manuals. This is what we want. So I want to show you this. So this is everything that we give you so you see where it is. So
เขาบอกให้จะโชว์ให้ดู
I can just say that I can't read any of the text because it's all blurred. Ah, there we go. Come on. Update series quick guide installation. Google opens it, man. So just use Google.
Của siêu hải. Nhớ được đó. Rồi, không được.
Connected to you?
Yeah, yes, continue. Net รอแล้วจ้ะเรียบร้อย
เน็ตเลยนะ
เน็ตเราน่าจะเรียบร้อยเน็ตหลุดเลยแชร์ได้ไหม
ใช่แล้ว
ชื่ออะไรรหัสอะไรไหมไม่มี
091
091
269 6463
Hello, sorry.
Hi, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. I've still got an echo. I'm just trying to clean up this link.
Okay.
It's a bit faster now. That's one thing. But I have two connections here.
Yeah, have two connection.
That's terrible. Yeah. So one of them has to go. Okay. It's faster. I've got rid of our VPN. So my guess is here, if you have an IMU20,
Yeah, 20
you're
plus.
going to have a AP Plus system from Planix.
AP plus system.
Yes. So
ต้องโหลดอันนี้มาดิ
this is the manual.
Yes,
This is the operation manual for the ASV.
yes.
Okay, and this is the discussion about how the AP Plus works. So, I don't know, are you familiar at all with any of the Planix systems?
เคยเล่นแอปเพนิกไหมno.
Okay, all right. So then, if you're completely new to it, your interface to the Planix system is via a browser.
browser okay.
Okay. All right. So what you need to do is you need to connect, and then your username is admin, and the password is AP Plus, and the serial number. Okay. And the IP address is 10.11.10.11. Okay.
Okay.
So if you go to your browser, I'm in my browser, and I type in 10.11.10.11. Sorry, I should just type it in. Right there. No. Here we go. All right. So it's
admin
admin,
okay.
and then AP
Plus.
Plus, and there's your serial number over there. Okay.
Okay.
So 652270
6218
6218. I often make this mistake. No. Six five two two
1x. Okay.
I wonder if the plus needs to go back. No, plus must go back. Come on.
กดอะไรเนี่ยไม่มาลูกใหม่มาเลย
See, it doesn't allow the 8.
yes
Too many numbers. Maybe it's just the serial number.
okay
There we go. Okay. All right. So this is the AP Plus. It's a Wave Master, the IMU 20, and you need to go through the setup of this.
okay
Okay. So there's quite a bit you need to do here. Just give me a minute. Somebody's come to the door.
okay okay เขาบอกมีคนกำลังเข้ามาประตู
อาจารย์อะไร
ครับผม
ที่นู่น
ติดปัญหาอะไรเนี่ย
กับอาจารย์
อาจารย์สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับผมไม่มีกล้องแล้วเปิดกล้องไม่ได้
ได้ครับได้ครับได้ครับ
ทำไง
โอเค already
เขาไปดูประตูแป๊บนึงพี่เดี๋ยว
อ้าว
มีคนมาหา
อ๋อมีคนมาหาที่
ที่เขาไป
เคยกินแล้ว
เดี๋ยวไปเชียร์มึง
ทำไม Wi-Fi ไหนไม่เสถียรเลยอ่ะเราหลุดอีกแล้วอ่ะก็ทำอยู่อ่ะอ๋อใช่ดีมีส้มบ้านนู้นเหรอใช่อร่อย
Ah, sorry, back.
Okay go
Okay, you can save that if you want to. So this is basically just the where you configure everything. Now I don't know the vessel that this has been set up on at all. So at some point you need to measure the lever arms. Okay. This needs to be measured very accurately. So how big is this vessel that you're going to be on? Are you there? Hello?
Hello?
You there?
Yeah.
Okay. So to set this up, you need to configure it.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we need to know is we need to know about the vessel and
Vessel.
how big the vessel is. And we
Okay.
need to know the lever arms from the primary antenna
Okay.
to the IMU. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So these things all have to be measured, and I understand that this is going to go into PDS as well,
โอเค ต้องเซตขนาด
Alright.
เซตสายห่างจากคนละมัน
and that you've got a laser scanner.
yes
Okay. So you're going to need to know the lever arms for the laser scanner. Okay. So there's a lot of information that you need to configure this. Okay. Everything is explained in the operation manual, in the operator's manual. You
Oh.
go through it, okay, bit by bit.
โอเค
I mean, if I have to start going through everything now and explaining everything from the start, we won't get very far.
โอเค โอเค
So all I would like to do is give you some sort of overview of what it is you need to do so that you can go through the manual, you can have a look at things, and then you can start asking us questions, and we can assist like that to help you set it up.
โอเค
Okay. It usually with customers who have never used multi-beam systems before. Okay, we usually they would have purchased a field service where we would have come to your site and we would have helped you, we would have shown you how, we would have trained you how to set this all up. But it's very difficult to do this type of thing remotely.
yes
Okay, but it's not impossible. But it requires that you need to do some work on your side. So what I'm hoping to show you today is where you find information in the manual. Okay?
โอเค
And the manual explains to you everything you need. All right? How you need to go about this. It'll tell you where the reference point is on the IMU,
โอเค
where you measure to, okay? And it tells you how you configure all the ports, okay? And then how you take that into the sonar user interface,
โอเค
okay? All right? And set that all up.
มันไม่เป็น conversation พี่แมน
So once you've done that,
ที่ผมเคยใช้
then you come back here.
ถ้ามันกด conversation เขาจะพูดไปไม่ได้
so when firstly we will use the sonar UI first for measurement right
Yes. I have a document that I think I will see if I can copy it in. Let me find it for you quickly.
โอเค
Okay.
แต่ปกติอะของที่เราเคยใช้อะครับดิเซียนก่อน
คนนี้ชื่ออะไรอ่ะ
ลูซิโอโรดิเกสไหม
ฮะ
ลูซิโอโรดิเกส
กูต้องท้าอีกทีไหม
ลูซิโอ
ลูซิโอ
ใช่
ปกติอะเราก็กดคาไว้ใช่ไหมแล้วมันก็จะหมายรู้มึงพูดอะไรมึงก็แปลไป
ล
เรื่
อง
อย
ลองพูดดิ May I have your name please มันแค่ไม่ได้ยิน มันแค่ไม่ได้ยิน
มันแค่พูด
แซมต้องเอาไปใกล้ๆเมื่อกี้พอเราไม่พูดอะไรอ่ะมันขึ้นบอกว่าฟังไม่
ถ้า
ทั
สอน
น
ไม่แต่ว่าเมื่อกี้
เราคง
ปกติที่เราเคย
ถ้าสอนแต่
เรากดใช่ไหม
อ่านเองด้วย
ก็
นะ
เอาไปใก
พูดไป
ล้
เรื่อยเลย
ๆเอาไปใกล้
พูดเอง
มันไม่ต้องรอให้จบคำอ่ะมันก็จะแปลให้ละไม่ทันจบประโยคด้วยซ้ำ
ๆเรากด conversation มาเมื่อกี้ไม่ใช่ conversation เดี๋ยวพี่ลองพูดไปเรื่อยๆพี่ก็ตึงนะ
It doesn't seem to want to let me put it into the chat for you, but I can transfer it this way. I'll put it on your desktop, okay?
โอเค thank you
มาแล้วแค่เอาไว้ให้ใกล้ๆหน่อยให้มันได้ยินเสียง
So what this
เคยทำ
is,
มันจะแปลไปเรื่อยเลยไม่ต้องมาคอยกดสปีกเกอร์อย่างเงี้ย
okay. All right, so you should be on your desktop. Let me just minimize here. This is just a brief explanation about dimensional control. Okay, so what this relates to is that the vessel has a reference system, okay, and it is defined in a specific way, okay. The Aplanix system has its own reference system, and it's defined in its own way, which is not the same as the vessel. All right, and then the multi-beams will also have its reference system, okay, and it is defined about the same as the vessel, okay. And if you go back to the operator's manual and you go all the way down to the end, then you'll see the various drawings that also tell you about setting it up. And this one is important. So what this one tells you is the reference point is the IMU. So it's that little target that's on top of the IMU is the reference point. Generally, when we say the reference point, we mean that point in the coordinate system will have coordinate 0, 0, 0. Okay? And then what this shows you here is a point called the sonar reference point. Okay, and over here you have the offsets from the IMU to that sonar reference point. And this is important for PDS. Okay. In terms of the aplanic system, everything we will enter there will be in the aplanics reference frame, and the reference point will be the IMU. Okay, so when you measure the offset, the X, Y, and Z from the primary antenna to the IMU, that is entered in here. Okay, it'll also ask you to enter the installation angles. And again, I don't want to say too much about that at this time, because it all depends on your installation. I don't know how big the vessel is. I assume that because it's an ASV, it's going to be on a autonomous surface vessel or some sort of remote operated surface vessel. And so it'll be a small vessel, and you could likely probably
มีรูปเรือไหม
measure things quite accurately with a tape measure.
ส่งรูปเรือไอ้
And that all just depends on
นู่นน่ะมันคล้ายกัน
the physical installation. Okay. But these are things that I'm sure when you get to doing them, you will have to ask questions, and we will have to go step by step through all of this. Okay. So, but that is probably going to be the first thing that you're going to need to do, is to be able to measure the dimensions and configure everything correctly. All right, so let's leave the aplanic system there for now. And then we go back to here. Okay. What we have here in the sonar, we're looking at, this is the sonar user interface, sorry. This is the service tab. Okay. There's also an operational tab, right? And that's where you can see the sonar wedge, and you can see the side scan. Okay. And then you'll see there are some tabs down the side. Okay. The display one is not that important. All that it allows you to do is to change the colors and so on in here. It's not really that important. Okay. I'll come to detection and recording later. But the first important things are the I/O module. Okay. So in the I/O module, you can see this is where we configure time, sound velocity, position, motion, heading. Okay. I don't think you've got a pan and tilt. You don't have a depth sensor, and you don't have speed and CMG, so you don't need to worry about those. Now, it all depends, again, what you fill in here all depends on how you are going to collect your data. Okay? If you're going to collect your data through PDS, which is an acquisition software, the only thing that the IMU and the sonar require to be able to operate is time, sound velocity, and motion. But the motion that it requires is not in the I/O module. The motion it requires is the motion here in the hardware tab. Okay? The motion in the hardware tab is only there for roll stabilization. Okay? And it has to be configured in the hardware tab. Now, the COM ports for this are fixed. COM1 is time, okay, and position. Well, it doesn't have to be position. You can put position on COM4. But time, the ZDA at 1 hertz is COM1. Hardwired into timing is 1 pulse per second. Okay, so you will get that in the ASV, and that's already hardwired into the system. If you had an external POS or navigations system, then you would have to connect a BNC cable, which is just a coaxial cable, which takes the pulse, which is generated by the GPS receiver, and puts it directly into the sonar. Okay? The second thing that the sonar needs to operate is sound velocity. And the sound velocity that you're sending to it is the sound velocity from the sound velocity probe, which is mounted at the head. So underwater next to the sonar head. And the sonar needs that to be able to carry out proper beamforming calculations. Okay? So those are the important things. Time, sound velocity, to make the sonar work. It will not operate without a timestamp. It will not operate without the PPS. And it will not operate without, well, it will operate with a manual sound velocity. But if you get the sound velocity wrong, then you will end up having to redo your survey, because you can't fix that in post-processing. Okay? So, sound velocity and time. You have to have them, otherwise the system won't work. Roll stabilization is there just to stabilize the swath. So as the vehicle rolls from side to side, it keeps the swath directly below the vessel. And the reason for that is so that you don't have any gaps in your data as you survey a grid. Okay? So it's not essential for the operation of the sonar, but if you want to collect good data with a good overlap, you need roll stabilization. Okay. So those are the most important things that you need to make the sonar work. And then you send all the sonar observations to PDS. And then in PDS, we will get to that later, you will see that you will configure position, heading, motion, okay, and all your sonar data together, and it'll bring that all together, and it'll all be time stamped. Okay, so you can also, in the I/O module, include position, include motion in the I/O module as well, and include the heading in the I/O module. Okay? So you can configure these in here, right? But the sonar won't send those across to the PDS, okay, unless you tell it to do so, okay? So you do that by using this. And I don't really want to confuse things for you because we don't always use this. It's seldom used. But this is where the recording tab comes in. All right. It is possible to collect all your sonar data in raw format. And that you do through raw data recording. Now the important thing here is that raw data recording will record all the sonar information, including the timestamp and the sound velocity, okay, and anything else that you configure into the I/O module. So then if you go back here and if you add position, motion, heading, okay, into the I/O module, it will record that in raw data format. And that raw data format we call S7K format. Okay? And it is possible, if you record it like that, to import S7K format data into PDS. Okay? And you set that up here. Okay? You need to select a path, and then you need to tell it here exactly what you want to collect. Okay. And just one thing I would say to you. If you tick the box for water column data, you will get flooded with sonar data, because that is every single thing that comes back out of the water column to the receiver. It's about 1 gigabyte a minute. Okay? So be careful. Don't tick that unless you really want to collect that water column data. And to be honest with you, there's not much you can do with it. Okay? But if you tick something like other, right, then you will see here that it's giving you all these records. Now if I go back, no, you don't have it here. Okay, there's a document called the 7K DFD, Data Format Definitions. Okay, and that DFD document will tell you, where are we? Recording. Exactly what all these records are. Okay, so you can see here all these ones that are in the 7,000 range. Okay, yeah. That is all the sonar data. Okay, so yeah, if you want to collect then position and motion and all those things, then you'll need to collect that, yes, and then snippets if you want snippets, sensor data for navigation. Okay, all right, so that's just a brief introduction to that. So that takes you through recording, hardware, and the I/O module. Okay. I think it's probably better from here that I switch to my own simulator so that I can show you a little bit around the operation of the SUI. So I'm going to turn off TeamViewer for now.
Okay.
Sorry, I see there's somebody else in the lobby. I hope he's been following with somebody else. I hope you can see now, Pierre Paul, that there, you know, when you write to me and you say to me, you want all of this in 3 hours,
Yes,
that
yes.
it's not possible.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a very big subject.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I also hope that you're not trying to sort of, remember everything here. You know, I'm trying to. If you're not familiar with this, and that's the position that I understand that you're in, okay, that you're unfamiliar with the system, completely unfamiliar. It's completely new to you. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have you worked with any multi-beam systems before?
ก็เราก็เคยแล้วไงก็ช่วยกับ
Yes, in
ไท
the
เลอร์
Teledyne TMTW in Thailand, Bangkok.
with Mr. Tyler
Mr. Whiskey Tyler.
yeah
Oh, Tyler Whitaker.
Yeah.
yeah
Okay, so you.
yes
Yeah.
but we help him is the function is install and the adjust something a little bit sorry
Okay,
But
but you
we-
haven't.
sorry.
You
sorry
haven't done any survey with it.
we need the set up for the survey for the survey river base and the sea base something
Okay.
yes
Okay.
main
All right.
point main point we need the set up and set up program PDF and set up the เป็นอะไรนะที่เราใช้ไง
UI.
yeah
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing you need to do is set up the Aplanic system.
yes thank you
Okay, that's the first thing you need to do, because without the Aplanic system running, without the navigation running, you're not going to get anything. Okay,
Yes.
all right. So I want to share my screen now. Okay, all right. And what I have running here, okay, is just the
แกะ
simulator.
ตรงเลย
Okay, all right. It's just the UI in simulator. Okay. What I haven't done here is selected the same system you have. You got a T20 ASV, correct?
แต่เสียตังค์
Yeah, T20 ASV.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm going to select. T20A. There it is. Doesn't matter. 3 meters will do. Okay. All right. We can turn the ping right off. We don't need to see any of that. Okay, so how familiar are you with the Sonar UI? Have you looked at it? Have you played with it? Have you messed around with it?
Yeah, I already see in the demo TMTW with
Yeah.
Tyler.
Okay, so you've been to a demo with Tyler.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. That's fine. No, it's good. It's good. It's a start. Okay. You'll probably see a couple of things on here that you won't see on yours, like this pipe here, and that is because this is a demo, and it's got all the license features. Okay. That is installed. Okay. So you probably won't have this pipe here. Okay. But all right, and also what you'll notice is everything here is red. Okay, it's red because I'm not connected to a system. Okay, so it's just a It's just a demo mode,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got this thing called the 7K Center, which is running on my desktop. Okay, that is what makes it a simulator to run the 7K Center. Okay, but other than that, I've exactly the same. Okay, so we have a ribbon at the top. Okay. We have the two LEDs here, 1 PPS and roll stab. Those stand out, so I might as well point them out to you. Okay.
Yeah.
These need to be green. Okay. All right. If the PPS isn't green, okay, the system will not operate. It won't operate without a pulse. If you look over here, you'll see there's a PPS in here as well. Okay. And at the moment that is red. And that is red just because there isn't a system attached. But that needs to be green as well. And generally everything in this left-hand side here that is red should be green. Everything that is blue will remain blue. Okay? Everything that is blue will not give you any information. Okay? If you click on anything that is red, okay,
Okay.
you will see that it will give you information. Okay,
We need the green already.
it must be green. It must be green. Okay,
ต้องเขียวทั้งหมดพี่
it's red with me because I don't have a system connected.
แดงเพราะว่ายังไม่ต่อ
Okay,
Okay. Okay.งั้น
Alright.
And
Okay.
first step we can check again. ใช่ไหมเราต่อหมดแล้วไหม
อันนี้ของเขาพี่
อ๋อ
เขาได้บอกไปด้วยใช่
โอเค
okay.
Okay.
You will see that your I/O module, okay, all right, is red because you haven't set up your Planix and you've got nothing connected to it. Okay, that's why it's red. That's the I/O module. Okay, all right, and you set that up here. Okay, all right. So I can show you how I do that. I've got a little simulator running here. Okay, all right. So what I can do is I can go and have a look here, and I can see I've got time. Okay, but now obviously everything here is coming in on the network. Okay, it's UDP and it's 5600. Okay, all right, and there we go. Okay, so I can see it. All right, I don't have a PPS coming in, okay, so it'll stay red, okay? All right, I don't need position, okay, and I don't need heading. And as soon as I as soon as I go to position and I untick that, you'll see position disappears, okay? And as soon as I go to heading and I untick that, you'll see that heading disappears, okay? So the first things that you find here when you set that up is time, sound velocity. Those are the two most important things, okay? So if I go here and I say, well, I'm going to network and I don't know what I'm simulating in sound velocity. RSVPC, okay. So I just go here and I select the right driver and it's the network and I select the right port. I just selected one port for everything. Now I've got sound velocity coming through as well. Okay?
Okay.
All right? Okay, it's just simulated. Okay? It's not really showing me anything here, but I know I've got data coming through. Okay?
Yeah.
If I then said, well, I'd also like to have position, motion, and heading. So I can go to position, and I can say, okay, I want an enemy AGGA. It's a network. It's 5600. And then I haven't had a look here and see what am I simulating in position. GGA. No, it's just a matter of finding a driver that fits then. Come on, what am I sending out? GTA, GPD, I don't really know what the difference between those two are. Oh, I don't have a port selected. That's why. Okay. I don't have a port selected there. So there we go. So I've got position coming through as well. It's gone green. You see, so when it's green, it's correct. Okay? All right? So we have a traffic light system. Okay? Green is good. Amber is a warning. Okay? There's a problem. Okay?
Yes, but time is
Take
red.
note. And red is there's a problem. Yes, time is red because I don't have a pulse. Okay? I don't have a pulse because I can't generate a pulse. I can't simulate a pulse. Okay? All right? All right. I need to have a pulse. And you would see a pulse in here as a T0 minus T0 plus. You'd see a leading edge and a trailing edge of a pulse. And that pulse comes in at exactly 1 pulse per second. Okay? So that pulse is 1 second apart. And that's why I also say send the ZDA message at 1 hertz. Because 1 pulse, 1 second. If you send the ZDA message at 2050 hertz, you get 50 Z timestamps for every pulse. And sometimes there's a little bit of confusion as to which pulse to use, which timestamp to use to fit with the pulse. But if you send them both in at 1 hertz, then there's no problem. Okay, so yeah.
1 hertz.
All right. Yeah, 1 hertz for the timestamp. Pulse is always 1 hertz. Okay? All right. Okay. And motion. I better have a look and see what the hell I'm sending in terms of motion. Here is attitude. Octans. Let's just go TSS1. Okay. And TSS1 network. And then you get motion as well. Okay, so you can put all those extra things in. Okay, oh, I can put heading in too. And the heading, I think is probably an NMEA HTT. I don't know what I'm sending out here. Oh, I don't have a heading. Okay, well, we'll add a heading, add a page. Heading. Heading, HTT. Right, and then we have a heading as well. Okay, okay, so that is how you configure the I/O module. Okay. Now everything that is in the I/O module, together with all the sonar data, which is everything that you will see in here, okay. If you go to recording, and I set up a recording path, okay, and I can set it up somewhere on my hard drive, okay, or wherever I want. That's connected to the survey PC. I can set up a path and I can connect, I can collect some data there. So let me just say I'm going to set it up on the desktop. Yeah, I'll put it in this dump folder. Okay. All right. And I'll make a new one inside there called S7K. Right? Okay. That is where I'm going to send it. Yes. Okay. All right. Now what I want to do is I'm going to say I don't want a single file. I want to collect the snippets. Okay. That's just the backscatter data. Not to worry about side scan. Navigation data. I don't want the water column data. I just want all the other stuff. Okay, so I want that. Okay, so that's fine. That's set up. Okay. Similarly, okay, I'll do that later. I'll tell you about that later. Okay, so that's all set up. All right. If I go to the main here and I turn up the ping rate, as soon as you turn up the ping rate, the sonar starts to listen. Okay. And as soon as you turn on the power, okay, which I don't need to for the simulator, okay, all right, the sonar starts to ping. Okay. You set the ping rate at a maximum of 50 pings per second. Okay. But you don't 50 pings per second. Okay. But the point is you can only ping as fast as the water is deep. Okay. So if you have a look here, you can see the pings changing very quickly, and you can see the actual ping rate is 21.4 pings per second. Okay, all right. Okay. If I go to the 7K center here, okay, and I increase the depth, I can do that on my keyboard. Okay. I'll turn the tracker on, okay? All right. You can see the ping rate slows down. The deeper you go, the slower the ping rate is. Okay? Because it's two-way travel time for the sound to leave the sonar, to hit the bottom, and to come back up. Okay? Yes. So the deeper you go, the deeper I go, you can see as I'm going deeper and deeper and deeper here, okay, the ping rate is reducing. Okay? If I come up, okay, the ping rate will increase. Okay?
Yes, okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. So, this is probably a good time to tell you about the tracker. Okay? So, you notice that I turned the tracker on because as soon as I changed this and I went deeper, okay, then you noticed what happened here. Okay? The bottom detection here is sitting to the bottom of this wedge here, and then you suddenly see all this noise here. Okay?
Yeah.
And the reason that is because you haven't changed your range.
Yeah, too
Okay?
much noise.
Yeah, and what's happening is that there are pings, okay, that are coming back to the sonar, okay, but the range also determines how long the receiver stays open to listen, okay, for a return. And when it hasn't been open long enough to listen for a return, okay, it doesn't know where to place all those returning signals. Okay, so therefore, if you increase the range, then you'll see that goes away. Okay, so it's similarly, if things are set, if you need to play with a gain, okay, all right, or you need to increase the pulse length, as you go deeper. All of these things are things for the surveyor to manage when they're running the vessel, when they're running the survey, absorption, spreading. But if you go to detection tab here, okay, then you can see the tracker here, okay. So the tracker will track all of those things for you, and it's configurable. Okay, you've got range, power gain, absorption, and spreading in one, okay, and pulse length, okay. If I turn the tracker off, okay, it won't do any tracking for me, okay. But if I turn the tracker on, okay, it'll track, okay, on all of these that I've ticked here. So then it doesn't matter now when I go, the easiest way to show this is with a range in simulation, okay. When I change the range, you can see, all right, when I change the depth, so we're going deeper and deeper, the seabed's getting deeper and deeper, okay.
Yeah.
You can see the tracker is adjusting all the time, okay. All right, so that's what the tracker will do. Our advice is always, if you're new to the system, all right, tick all of those and hit the tracker button. Okay? That's the best thing to do. Okay? And let the tracker do this for you. Okay? Alright, so I'm jumping around a little bit, but let's get back to this recording. I set this recording up here. Okay? So, okay? It'll start recording, and you can see it's created a file. Okay? And there we go. File. See. Okay? So it's now writing, you see, all of these selected records are all being logged, okay, to this file. Okay? I can't do anything here. I can't add anything because it's locked out because I'm recording. Okay? But if you see, if you have a look and you see how it's increasing, okay? All right, current size in megabits, okay? Now have a look. If I add water column, okay, and I start recording. Do you see how quickly, how much data there is? See how big that file's becoming? All right, we're half a gigabyte already. Okay. All right.
Wow. Too much.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Be careful of that. Okay. So that's recording. Okay, and that records raw data. Okay. All right. So. What I can do as well is I can play back raw data if I go back to playback mode. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't save anything there for me. Where did I put it? It's maybe because I need to stop pinging.
อันนี้เลคคอมเมนต์คือทำอะไร
ทำอะไรไหม
I probably
เขา
need
ส
to.
อนอะไรเขาสอน
เขา
เขา
ส
เอ๊ะ
อนการปรับในโดน่า AI พี่
แล้วอันนี้ใช้เป็นแล้วยังยังไม่สอน
คือยังไง
เนี่ยมึงสอนให้มันเชื่อมต่อกันแล้วเอาข้อมูลขึ้นมาในจอเนี่ยเอาขึ้นมายังไม่แล้วมันใช้อะไรก็คืออย่างตอนนี้เราประกอบเครื่องได้ แต่เรายังใช้ไม่เป็นใช้ไม่เป็นอันเนี้ย
เขาบอกให้ดูในเมนูเพราะว่าถ้าเขาบอกมันจะนานหน่อย
ไม่ได้มึงบอกอะไรเลย
Crazy.
อั
Okay.
นนี้เขาก็ปรับในโดน่า AI
Right. So
อันนี้เขาทำซิมูเลเตอร์ให้ดี
ใช่ก็คือสมมติเราประกอบเสร็จนี่เขาก็ซิมูเลเตอร์ให้ดูว่าสมมติต่อไปนี้มันจะขึ้นในภาพ
แล้วพอกูประกอบเสร็จแล้วมันจะขึ้นอย่างนี้เลยเปล่า
มันก็จะขึ้นตามที่ต้องกดตรงนั้นเลย operating มันจะเป็นกรอบที่แดงกับเขียวก็ต้องทำให้เป็นเขียวกันไปแล้วเราเปลี่ยน เป็น
these are all
หน้าจอของ
today's.
เนี่ยเลย operating มันจะเป็นหน้านี้เลย
อ่า
มันก็จะยิง
So if I do that, okay, this is the other thing
ข้อมูล
about
เก่าๆมาให้ดูใช่ไหมว่าเป็นยังไง
นี่เขาทำในซิมด้วยป่ะ
ใช่ simulator
นี่มันซิมไง
in playback mode. I can play back data that we recorded. Okay,
เขาสอนมันจะงานให้กูอ่านเป็นม้วนเอา
อันนี้เขาสอนอัดตอนทำอยู่เนี่ยแล้วก็
that one.
ก็เอามาอันที่เราอัดมาดูทีนี้มันย้อนกลับเลย
รู้ว่าไม่มาด้วย
I don't think we recorded anything where I was. We must have.
ก็เหมือนในซอฟต์แวร์เนี่ยมันเป็นแบบวัดอย่างเดียว
นั่นแหละตอนนี้กูอยากได้วัดก่อนเนี่ย
อันนี้แหละซอฟต์แวร์เนี่ย
12,
วัด
12, 12, 37. This is the latest one. So this must have the water column data in it. It's the biggest one.
คือพอต่อเสร็จปุ๊บเนี่ยมันจะขึ้นหน้านี้เลยถูกมันไม่ต้องเซ็ตพอร์ตอะไรเลย
ต้องเซตในไอเนี่ยเซตพอร์ตในเนี่ยที่เขาบอกไว้พวกอัพแพนอะไรนะแอปแพนอะไรนะ
สนุกเลยปุ๊บ
AP พัด
Okay. Anyway, so you can play back data as well. So let's go back to the main screen. I need to start my 7K center, otherwise you get nothing.
แล้วก็ข้อมูลจะเป็นไฟล์นามสกุล7K ไปนะครับ
Otherwise, nothing will happen.
เขาลองเชื่อมเครื่องนี้ให้ดูได้ไหม
มันใช่ป่ะ
มันไม่อยู่ในน้ำมันมีน้
แต่มันสั่งปิงไม่ได้ ใช่มันไม่ได้อยู่ในน้ำก็จริง
อีกยาวเลยเหรอ
3 ทุ่มอ่ะต้องอาจารย์อ่ะ
อันนี้ก็คือจะเปิดให้ลูกค้าดูได้เลยใช่ปะ
ไม่ผมต้องมาดีเซนต์ต้องหาระดับศาสตราจารย์เลยไม่ได้ครับ
อันนี้ไม่ใช่ไม่ถือเซ็ต
All right, I still got that all
ำ
set
ข้อ
up.
มูลข้อมูล
All right, okay, back to the main screen. All right, so
ถ้าผมทำได้
ping rate on. It doesn't need power. Off we go.
ก็ได้ จริง ผมทำได้ดีกว่าฝรั่งอีก
Okay.
ถ้าทำได้นะ
On the screen, on the display screen, there are a few things here that you can look at. Okay, so at the moment we're looking at snippets. You can also add a side scan. Okay, a side scan image. All right. Let me pin this. You can pin these things in so they don't disappear all the time. All right, so you can add that. There's also a detection that you can add. I don't know. I see some people that do it. I don't know that it really, helps that much. And then this is water column data, but this is all simulated data. Okay. And then the wedge, you turn the wedge off, turn the wedge on. Okay. I think the most important thing here, again, in detection is the gates, okay? So it's possible to set various gates, depth, range, and adaptive gates. And what that is you set a margin around the seafloor where you expect the seafloor to be just to help guide the system. So it doesn't start picking up all those, noise in the water column, etc., etc. You can set a depth gate, okay? This is configured again here in the detection tab. So you can set a minimum depth and a maximum depth, okay? You can either type in a value there or you can just drag it around, okay? All right? And you normally will always follow the sea floor. So as the sea floor gets deeper and deeper, that margin will just follow the sea floor. Okay? You can set a range gate, and that range gate is just
เขามีเจน
within a certain range. I don't know anybody that uses a range gate. I don't find the range gate very useful myself. But again, you can set that range gate here, or you can just drag that range. And if you drag it up there, it's going to ignore everything beyond that range. Okay? So you can see that if you get the range gate wrong immediately, you're going to have a problem because you're going to get a lot of noise. Okay? So you've got to watch that. Okay? So that's the range gate. My favorite one is the adaptive gates. Okay? And the adaptive gates are good because at the moment here it's quite simple. We just have a simple flat sea floor. But as your sea floor dips and curves and all the rest, the adaptive gate will actually follow that sea floor. The gate will follow it. Okay? And it's also useful if you come up alongside the quayside, the gate will actually follow the quayside. Okay? So the adaptive gate is the one that is my go-to gate. And again, what you do with the adaptive gate is you set a starting sort of parameters within which you want it to track, and that is a minimum and a maximum search depth, and that is designated by these two little lines here. Okay? So if I set that there, so sort of around about 10 meters, and then this one here, sort of, right, 23 meters. And then the next thing that you do is you select a window size. It's a percentage size. I normally use the 25, okay? But you can select any percentage size, okay? But you need to be careful. If it's too small, you might miss things, okay? And if it's too large, then you might start inviting in stuff that you don't want, okay? Some noise. So, yeah, normally 25 is a good way to go, and set these a little bit bigger, because this is only the start range within which to work. Now, how this actually works is that in the nadir beam, okay, within it will search for the sea floor within these two parameters. When it finds the sea floor, it'll extrapolate that both port and starboard, okay, and set this 25% window around it. And within that 25% window is where it'll look for the sea floor, and it'll help the algorithm to home in on the sea floor signal. Okay, it's a really great gate. I really like that. Okay, if you're running a tracker here, okay, you'll notice if I turn it off again, you notice that I can actually change my pulse length here. Okay, all right, and I can change the range. Okay, all right, and also if I go to the advanced tab, I can change the absorption and spreading settings. All right, you won't see much effect of this because it's a simulation. Okay, it's not a real life scenario. All right, but as soon